do me a favor. For the rest of the review, keep an eye on this part of this laptop because I just kind of want to prove a point. I have freshly cleaned this laptop for the review, like any good reviewer should do. But I'm betting by the end of this video, you'll see just how fingerprinting this beautiful laptop gets. So today I want to ask, what's more important, beauty or brains? It's kind of a classic age-old fairy tale question, but in this case, we're going to apply it to tech because it is a balance we're looking at where something has beauty and not necessarily brains to match. Yeah, today we're going to look at the Lenovo Yoga Slim 9i. And if you're thinking, I've heard of Lenovo Yoga before, well, yeah, because there's about a bajillion of them at this point. Lenovo seems to release a different yoga laptop every few minutes, and the meaning has kind of changed. You have some yogas that can turn all the way around, but this one does not. And you have some yogas that have dual screens, like the Lenovo Yoga Book 9i, such a close name that's what I actually was trying to request for this review, and I wasn't specific enough and instead got this, the Lenovo Yoga Slim 9i. And I'm almost kind of happy that I got this instead. You'll actually see some of my lighting going on. This thing is so reflective because it is a really interesting look at a device where Lenovo's tried to balance two things, beauty and brains, and I don't think they've quite hit it, but has come up with some interesting concepts along the way. Now I say beauty because, well, I mean, look at this guy. I like this blue and this back, which I'm trying to show you without reflecting everything too much, has this wonderful shifting color to it that's just a beauty to behold. But of course, naturally is a fingerprint magnet, as I've kind of already alluded to, and will quickly become dirty. The blue continues on through the laptop, and then you'll begin to notice something really bold and bombastic about this particular entry, and that is the screen. The Lenovo Yoga Slim 9i. Can I just call it the Yoga from here on out? We know what model number it is. The Yoga in this case has a 3840 by 2400 resolution, which is just ultra high for something this size, a 14-inch display. But more impressively, it has the most beautiful OLED panel that just makes everything pop. It gets bright enough to use outdoors, but it's not the brightest display you could ever ask for. But the trade-off for losing some of that brightness is just this epic level of contrast and deep blacks and blues and colors that almost look like you're staring into real life. I particularly like the default custom wallpaper that Lenovo loaded under this. It does a good job of showing off everything it does. But stare at this display long enough and you'll notice two oddities. First is the corners. They're round. Yep, round corners. Instead of the classic square shape that nearly every other monitor comes with, this mirrors the Surface laptop where the top two corners have been rounded off into kind of a circular-ish shape. But the other thing that really stands out is what's not obviously there as well, right in the center. There doesn't appear to be a front-facing camera. But there really is one there, I promise you. This is what Lenovo is referring to as a camera under display, CUD. And it's something we've seen before, primarily on foldable smartphones, especially in Samsung's early days of its foldable smartphones. When you're not using the front-facing camera, it seems to disappear entirely, giving you that much more screen real estate to work with. And when you do turn the camera off, those pixels disappear and the camera comes to the forefront. Well, not literally, but you can suddenly see the black hole for the camera. It's a hole punch style camera. It's also a really terrible front-facing camera, probably because it's under display tech. And we saw the same thing with Samsung's entries in its foldable phones. You may have disappeared the pixels, but they still exist more or less. The camera is peering through a display and it's fuzzy and warbly and it's honestly, it's really not that great. And I don't know how I feel about it because if you depend on a front-facing camera for your laptop, this is not it. I can't, it's just really bad. You're gonna have to get your own webcam, defeating the whole point of having one built into the laptop. On the other hand, if you can honestly say to yourself, I never, ever use my camera on my laptop, I would rather die than get on a Zoom call, then you get this much more real estate. The camera is just basically gone when you're not using it. But there is something that might matter to you, and that's the fact that since this is an under-display camera, there's no room for infrared. So you cannot use Windows Hello to log in just by scanning your face. If you hate that tech, who cares? But if you love that tech, well, you're stuck with just the fingerprint reader that's here at the edge of the corner. It's workable, it does the job, logs me in without much effort, and that's despite my dry skin issues I have with a lot of gadgets. It is, on the other hand, a detriment to the rest of the keyboard, as has been the case with a lot of Lenovo laptops recently. Lenovo is famously really good at keyboards built into laptops, and this is technically no exception. You don't have a num keys section, but you have everything else you need, from the function row to all your letters, caps lock, etc. You also get this side row of buttons that I find frankly useless. They launch functions like favorites and Lenovo software and change the brightness of your screen or the yellowing of your screen, and that's where you'll find your fingerprint reader too. It does mean that all the rest of the keys in this keyboard get squashed though to make room for this column of keys that maybe beyond the mute key and the fingerprint button you're never going to use, and that's kind of unfortunate. I prefer my keyboard to be centered to my trackpad, which is, by the way, a pretty decent trackpad. Long gone are the days where if you want a good trackpad, you have to buy a MacBook. Windows laptops now come with good trackpads too, and thankfully that's the case here. As this is a Yoga line, and it seems that Lenovo is slowly starting to phase them out anyways, you won't find that red nub to use as a mouse. You must use the trackpad. There are no dedicated clicky buttons, they're built into the trackpad. Works well enough though for my needs. But also, the keyboard will get itself gunked up pretty quickly. You can actually see some of the keys that I use more often even now have kind of a weird oily look to them that darkens the blue of the keys themselves. I appreciate that they're backlit. I appreciate that Lenovo does a really good job of giving you decent travel in a keyboard this size. But that's sort of the end of the good news in the brains function. The rest is kind of bad. For instance, for a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere, I really wish you had more than 2 USB-C Thunderbolt ports. I'm glad they're Thunderbolt. That means you get plenty of speed out of them, but you're going to use one for power. And then what? You don't have anything USB-A, so you need a dongle if you want to plug in your flash card reader or your USB stick. And you need another dongle that gives you more ports if you want to plug in more than 2 things at once and do power. It's not great to have just 2 ports to work with. And on top of that, the battery life is, we're in a weird place. Battery life is probably around 13 hours of Lupa movie with the brightness to 50% and the Wi-Fi turned off, which is not a great accurate test for how you use your laptop anyways. But more importantly, it sounds like a long time, but these days is not that long. This is down to the core processors that Intel now has, and I'll show you some of the specs there. There's plenty of RAM and decent power and so forth, at least on paper. But it seems like Intel's core processors are now tuned for that looping test that every review site and YouTuber likes to work with. It's not a good show of what your average day use life is. And thankfully, I'd say 4 days of average use. And that would be impressive. Honestly, 3 years or 4 years ago, that would be incredibly impressive for a Windows laptop. They often didn't last a day or 2. But these days, that's average. And if I sound disappointed that's because we haven't gotten to the price yet. And we'll do that in just a second. But what you have is a device that comes out about average battery life, average performance in benchmark testing, average keyboard for Lenovo, substandard number of ports, substandard webcam, no ability to fold around, and speakers. I normally don't really expect much out of laptop speakers. Laptop speakers typically suck. There's just no getting around it. And it's not even laptop maker's fault. You're trying to fit a super great amount of sound speakers into a super tiny space, and that's just ignoring physics more or less. I'm happy to say that what comes out of here sounds really good for a laptop if you don't put the laptop down. Why is that, you ask? Well, because the speakers are on the bottom. Why? Why would you put them on the bottom? It's basically a muffle point. And yeah, there's a lip here to help lift this thing and a couple feet here to kind of lift it up, but still the sound is firing down directly into the surface below it, in this case, a desk. So it sounds great, and then it doesn't, is not exactly my favorite thing in the world. And that is like the problem with Lenovo Yoga Slim 9i. It has so much beauty. They're beautiful speakers. It's a beautiful blue. It's a beautiful screen. It's a beautiful keyboard to use. And so much not enough thought and brains into it. The camera that faces towards you is kind of terrible. It's beautiful that it's under the display. It's terrible that what it gives you looks crappy. The speakers sound beautiful, except they didn't put enough thought. You put it down, they suddenly sound kind of muffled. It's beautiful that it has Thunderbolt ports, but only 2 of them. It's beautiful that it has that amazing display, just a shame it kind of ruins the camera and the processing. And it's beautiful that there's easy access screws in the bottom, so you can theoretically get to it to repair, except that you really can't repair it. The only thing you can replace on this, as far as I can tell, is the SSD. The RAM is soldered into the processor, so is the Wi-Fi module, and just about everything else. This is not a repairable device. It keeps coming back to, there's so much beauty and so much lacking of anything when it comes to performance or brains. And maybe that'd be okay if the price were right, but that's probably the problem in the end. This particular laptop, as configured as I have it, is $1,900. Think about what else you can buy for that price. In fact, do you remember that Lenovo Yoga Book 9i that I mentioned earlier? The cool one with 2 screens and the keyboard and so forth. The one that I tried to request and I saw at CES. That costs less than this. And you get 2 screens and a cool laptop form factor and a pen. And there are other laptops that are similar specs and performance that just cost less. None of them have kind of this beauty, sex appeal that this one has, but they cost less. So right now, I cannot recommend you buy this at full price. If you see it on sale, on the other hand, and you don't mind that the webcam's not that great and that you only have 2 ports, if you see it on sale, say $1,300 or so, I'd go for it. It's a good little laptop, don't get me wrong. It's not the most powerful out there, but it's powerful enough for everyday use. It's not the lightest out there. Actually, it's kind of heavy for its size. Spec on the screen for you as well, but it's portable enough. It's not the easiest to keep clean. I can't tell if you can see this, but there are just fingerprints everywhere on this now. You can kind of, when I get it, see all that coming off that light? That's just so much on there. It's even worse in real life, but it's easy to clean. Just get some kind of towel, wipe it off, and it looks good again. It's got the most beautiful display you could ask for. There's plenty to like about it. It's just not enough for full price. That's it for now, and I hope you enjoyed this review. If you stuck around this long, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. And until next time, bye.